With flu cases jumping up across the country after a very mild season last year, doctors are warning that so-called Flurona can happen, and Israel just had its first documented case, which may be the first in the world. Israeli health officials recently announced that the patient was an unvaccinated pregnant woman who had both the flu and COVID-19, likely Omicron variant, at once, for the Times of Israel. The woman had mild symptoms and was released from the hospital on Thursday. Flu cases are steadily increasing across the U.S. -514 new cases were diagnosed the week of December 18, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), and that raises the risk that Flurona can happen here, says Thomas Russo, M.D., Professor and Chief of Infectious Disease A. But what is Flurona, exactly, and what should you do if you suspect that you have it? Here's what you need to know. What is Flurona? Flurona is a play on words that basically jams flu and coronavirus together. While there have been reports that the Israeli patient is the first documented case of Flurona in the world, infectious disease expert Amesh A. Adalja, M.D., a senior scholar at the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, says that these co-infections were more common when the pandemic began back. Still, Flurona cases aren't common here, yet. I'm concerned about this because we had a practically non-existent flu season last year, and the flu is circulating this year, Dr. Russo says. Each virus is potentially lethal. The combination could be quite bad. Dr. Adalja agrees, noting that there isn't a lot of data on how people do with Flurona given that it doesn't happen often. It's unclear what the severity may be, he says. How can you get Flurona?